So what I found interesting, though, was his interactions with Lexi.
Yeah. I like Janet's idea that that could be a way to get right into the moment, because that's what story really is, character in the moment. The journey was nearly over. The night was unusually chilly, the wind sharpened by the speed of the train as it rolled southward through the darkened valley. The cotton blanket June had stolen was large enough to spread as a tarp and at the same time wrap around her younger brother and sister and herself. But it was threadbare, and for brief stretches the train would accelerate and the wind would cut right through to them. It had not been a problem the night before, but now they were riding on top of the boxcar, as there was no more room within any of them, even as the train was more than a dozen cars long. The opening chapter has a basis in a family story. My father lost two siblings during the Korean War. His sister died of pneumonia, and his brother was run over by a train. There wasn't any room inside the train, and that's why they were on top. In the middle of the night, the train lurched. His brother fell off, and his leg got caught under the wheels of the train as it moved forward. He tried to carry his brother and catch up to the train as it was rolling away. I didn't have any intention of writing that story as part of this book, but once I did, and once I wrote it, I realized this is a wonderful and perfect overture to the rest of the novel. I mean, all literature is a record and celebration of trouble. Stories naturally want to explore what didn't go right, poor choices, wrong ideas, wrong emotions. We're fascinated by those things. What I try to tell my students is that they often want to celebrate life, and in that mode of celebration, I think forget that it's very hard to celebrate life as in a party in literature. And the true celebration of life is when, in fiction, which is not like life at all, is about identifying those moments at which everything has gone wrong, where the characters are challenged to their core. So that's what I'm constantly asking my students, to put their characters in situations in which the exact wrong thing will happen to them. And what I try to do in class, I try to unpack all those writerly choices. What I thought was one of the real interests of this story was to try to, of course, capture the sense of this microculture of the orchestra, right? And so that's why I thought Jim was actually a good choice as someone to tell this story, because he's an outsider. He's looking at this in the position that we might look at it. I don't think an I narrator should just be a video camera. You know, if that's the case, then it should be third person, and then third person in this story would be advantageous in other ways. Yeah, I'm often asked how one teaches writing, and I always say that I don't teach writing. I don't think you can. I really believe that writers are essentially wonderful readers. They understand how literature happens, not because they've written it, it's because they've read it.